KDB.
Beats Planet.
I talked to Will Steele today. Had a long conversation with Will Steele today. Because Will Steele is a friend of mine in real life. So, sometimes we talk outside of this show, And the one thing that, me and Will, that we agreed on, is that it's going to be hard to make money with y'all motherfuckers, It's going to be hard to come out here and make content of y'all crying all over the place. It's okay. It's okay. We got the phone lines open. We'll let you express yourself. I'm mad too. Well, I'm not mad. I'm sad too. I ain't really sad. I'm not sad. Life is good. I got this good ass job, but I am frustrated. I was frustrated last night. I'm not really frustrated now. I'm cool. Like, we'll figure it out, but we're gonna definitely criticize. We're gonna talk all shit. But what me and Will Steele agreed on is we not gonna play this goofy little game that y'all playing. Not everybody.
Facts.
Voch, can Kellen Moore do better? Voch, did Dak Prescott play badly? Voch, can CeeDee Lamb play better? For sure. Voch, can we stop the run? Yep. Is Mike McCarthy probably gonna get fired? Voch, is Cooper Rush better than Dak and we probably gonna be fine with him? Oh, please. Oh. We are not having it today. Watching Will Steele will cancel this whole shit. We're not breaking furniture for y'all, okay? We're not breaking furniture for y'all. I would love for this to be some YouTube page. Will Steele, hold on, let me put you on this side because I like to look right there. Will, I would love, to be one of them YouTube channels that cut on the camera and cuss, scream some epithets, lie about how I really feel, break some furniture that I paid money for that the volume gave me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe diss one of your favorite YouTubers and say goofy shit about them. That'll probably get me smacked in real life like old boy did that one time. I would love to be that guy, Will Steele. I need an oh no after that. I need an oh no. Cut the piano off. No. I would love to be that guy, Will Steele. But I'm not that guy, man. We're gonna criticize this team up and down. For sure. This table costs money, bro. I'm not finna throw something at my TV and hurt my table and harm this chair that costs a lot of money also because it's heavy duty and shit. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for your inflammatory belief in Cooper Rush now. Just like y'all weird belief in Andy Dalton at one time. I'm not here. We're not here for that. I'm not here for the ones that saying, oh, Will, let's trade all the good players we got and restart right now. Let's just reset the whole thing. All the good players that 2 weeks ago, we had a fantastic roster that we feel good about. We was just maybe a offensive lineman and a wide receiver away. But now all of a sudden, let's break the whole trade Osa and all of them. No. Not going to be that guy. And I would love to capitalize on views and scream and cuss and break furniture and diss one of y'all favorite YouTubers and might get smacked in real life like old boy did. I would love to do that. But that's not what Voch and Will Steele do. Okay? So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're going to criticize the shit out of these Cowboys because that offense was horrific. And we're going to talk about some good things. We're going to talk about some bad things. Chat, y'all let me know. Do y'all want to start by talking about the 3 good things we got to talk about or the 8 bad things we got to talk? So I'll let y'all decide. I'll let y'all decide where we start. The 3 good or the 8 bad. I'll let y'all go. Plus, we got the phone lines lit today. So the phone is right there, 202-926-1127. We'll lean pretty heavy on y'all today because I know y'all got a lot of stuff to say. But with that being said, I'm Voch Lombardi, man.
You are watching a master at work.
I had to open up that way. It's imperative because y'all acting a little goofy today. But it's fine. You kind of get into your emotions with this Cowboy thing. I get it. But we being point guarded by the best in the business. Good to have you back, sir.
Now you know your ass is Willie.
Pshung, pshung, pshung.
Pshung,
Oh, you
everybody
getting
going
swole.
down.
Oh, you
Pshung,
getting
pshung.
swole.
I mean, I'm gonna have more time to be in the gym probably now, but yeah, you know, it's good, bro.
Oh, man, we chilling, man. Life is good, bro. And I just want everybody to kind of take that stance also, man. Life is good. This is a sport. This is a sport that we, invest a lot of emotion in. But look, I'm just big as a Cowboys fan as y'all are. But don't run your blood pressure up on this shit, man. Don't turn to angry Sky and angry Voch and angry whoever it is listening right now. Don't be that way. We will get frustrated. We'll figure out a way to get through it. And if all else fails, I wish I had the draft show theme music, but .com might give me. But hey, if it's that, you know what I mean? It'll be great to have it, but you know what I mean? But if it's that bad, we'll just go into draft season. We'll have more positive shit to talk about there. But we got stuff to talk about today. So let's get into the chat box. What y'all say? What y'all want to get into first? I see Eastside Harold dropped $1. Salute. Appreciate it. Nah, he really don't care. Y'all want to start with the bad? All right, cool. Y'all want to start with the bad? All right, y'all are masochists. Ain't that what they call them? Will Steele? They love pain and torture. All right, cool. That's cool. I give you that. All right, let's start then. We ain't doing nothing else. Let's get directly into it. Like I said, I know the phone line is gonna blow up today. 3 people in here right now, and I ain't even, you know what I mean? So it's gonna get bigger and bigger. So if y'all want to get your spot, get in right now because we're gonna have to shut it down at some point. All right, so we talking about the 8 bad things as opposed to the 3 good. All right, cool. Your quarterback played terrible, Will, still.
100%.
Your quarterback played terrible. But I kind of want to run this by you, right? I have an answer. And I think I'm going to agree with you in what you say. But for the sake of conversation, I do want to run this by you. I think most of the teams played badly to open up with, right? You know, if we look at all 16 games that was played, damn near all the offenses look bad, except for a couple of them in particular. I think the Bills look good, and I think the Chiefs look really, really good. The Chiefs beat the shit out of the Cardinals. Do you think we should be playing preseason games if we're not as talented as we once was? I know last year we didn't play any preseason. Well, Dak didn't play any games in the preseason, but he walked right in because he had Amari Cooper, he had a CeeDee Lamb. Those guys had continuity. We're fine. Boom. Do you think with this year in particular, with all the question marks that we had, offensive line, wide receiver, Dak, whatever, do you think that we probably should have did a little something in the preseason just to kind of work on getting a little more clean before week 1?
I don't necessarily disagree with it. It's one of those things, right? Like, yeah, you don't play, you know they're going to be healthy, supposedly, if they don't get hurt in practice. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is maybe you'll have some rust. But there's teams that played in the preseason and still had some rust as they came out. Even in the Bills game, that was not clean in the first quarter or two. It took some time to get going. I think the difference is those teams are loaded, you know, in retrospect to the Cowboys. Look last year, like you just said, the Cowboys didn't play preseason, but they were loaded offensively, and Dak came out, threw 400 yards, and Amari Cooper goes off. Gallup's having a good game. Lamb has a good game. Everybody's eating, right? Except the run game. But so I think there's no right or wrong answer. I don't think a series was going to change what happened last night. I don't think a series in the preseason, a quarter in the preseason was going to change what happened last night. I don't. There's not a wrong answer, though. Yeah, you at least have that preseason those snaps, the speed and all that stuff, but I don't think that changes a damn thing last night.
Well, still, our wide receivers really didn't do much to, improve the greater good, did it, And to be fair, this wasn't really a group that we felt like we was going to be able to lean on anyway. We felt like if anything, Dak was going to be the guy to elevate these dudes. But still, we would have to look at them and be like, all right, well, if Dak is coming out a little, not sharp, but like dull or whatever, right? If he's not coming out clean, the least y'all could do is, catch those passes that maybe not be perfect, right? So if you're Noah Brown, the ball could be perfect here, but if it's a little bit behind you, you should catch that. If you're CeeDee Lamb and you're wide receiver 1 now, right? And can you do a little more? Just catching the balls that do get to you. I will say that anytime any of these dudes did catch anything, it was a defender like right on their shoulder. You know what I mean? It was somebody like right on them, and whether it be Dennis Houston, Semi when he did get going later in the game or whatever, whether it be Noah, CD, whoever, pick a guy. They all had dudes draped on them, even Dalton Schultz. So the wide receivers didn't do a great job separating. Will still we on the same page with that though, right?
Yeah. You know, it seemed like nothing changed, and I'll go into grave detail on this tomorrow, but it didn't seem like anything changed schematically from the passing department. This is not a joke, and you'll see it. You'll watch it. I sent it to you. I don't know if you got it, bro, but I sent everything over to you.
Yeah.
This looked eerily similar to the last game played at AT&T Stadium in January. Eerily. The quarterback doesn't look as comfortable. You had double-digit penalties. The offensive line wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. You know, there was pressure in that department. You had some injuries, though, in this instance, but with a worse wide receiving group. Now, the wide receivers, again, I don't even blame them. This is Dennis Houston. Semi didn't play much, but Dennis Houston, Noah Brown, you know. Now, Lamb, that's a different story. Like Lamb got to clean up his act a little bit, man. He can't be acting like a little, throwing temper tantrums, man. But from a passing scheme standpoint, Voch, I didn't see anything different. I saw hey, you go out here and make it happen, and we're going to send out 3 into a sea of 7.
Yeah.
Throw into that tight window.
Lamb's body language was pretty bad. But the one thing that going away from this that I do appreciate, the one good thing I am going to say about this character that we're going to talk about around the 4th or the 5th point is CeeDee Lamb got his opportunities. You know, it's not like we walked into this thing saying, okay, well, we didn't target CeeDee Lamb. I hate it. He got his opportunity. We just didn't come down with those. We just didn't execute that. Speaking of which, we're talking about penalties, and we also got a super chat about it. Let me scroll. Cowboy Brian says we can't run the ball if we keep getting penalties and getting behind the chain. Sure. Your cousin racked them up. Now, he's normally I think this offseason, he was like your second cousin.
No. He was my cuz.
He was your cousin.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Man.
So is he back to being third cousin-in-law?
So I out of frustration yesterday, I was like, yeah, you're my third cousin, man, because those 4 penalties. And I watched the tape, and I'm like, bump me back up to second, because the play was not bad. Like, the play of Terrence Steele was good. The penalties were bad. And I said this on Twitter. Your tackles held up for the most part. The problem is, you know how we talk about, hey, you got to judge them on the 65 plays, not the 3. The problem is those 3 cost the Cowboys.
Yeah, they were pretty big on both sides, whether
Both
it be
sides.
my son, your cousin. But I will say that your left and right tackle played well. Your center played well also. And of course I'm gonna grind the film. Also, too, everybody listen. Escuchen, listen. If I knew listen in French, I'd say it. We're gonna be watching film on Patreon after this. So if you're a part of my Patreon or whatever, I'm gonna be watching the offensive film on the Patreon live. So y'all tap into that patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Film is back, so Patreon is back. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. And and not to single out your cousin necessarily, but I think drive killers were a big part of why we couldn't really get into a rhythm. You know, as soon as we'll get something going, right? Like we'll get a good run. We'll talk about that when we talk about the 3 good things, but we'll get a good Zeke run. Like, all right, cool. Second and favorable. Penalty, whether it be, false start, whether it be a holding, whether it be a procedure penalty, 2nd and 10 or something, you know what I mean? 2nd and whatever. And that turns into a 3rd and 8 after, because your wide receivers ain't good. So you got to throw the ball there. They don't convert. Then it's a 3rd and something. They don't convert there. And now we punting the football, right? So drive killers will kill you. And I think that's something you can definitely work on, but what's your thought on penalties and head coaching and culture? Because I do think you can blame some penalties on head coaching and how they like if it's a close game and somebody take off their helmet and smack another dude in the face, that's a discipline problem, right? Or if they're jumping off sides and stuff like that, whatever. Or
that's what a lot of that was, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, how much of the penalties can you really blame on the head coach? I know that we're looking for, and when I say we, I don't mean like me and you, but like, like them out there, right? We're looking for any reason to get Sean Payton here and to fire Mike McCarthy. But can you blame Mike McCarthy for tearing Steele, losing his focus, and false starting 3 times?
You got to, because that's one of the most tangible things you can put on a head coach is discipline, especially pre-snap. Between your tackles, you had 4 pre-snap penalties. Can't have that, Voch. So I think fear plays into it. You have to have some type of fear. I think Kenny the Shark Gant was talking to me about that with Jimmy. They feared him. They respected him, and they feared him, and they loved him all at the same time.
Sure. And that's a weird relationship. I think you don't get too much of that like with modern day football, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes they're just in a different place. Like the league's in a different place now. Mm-hmm. It's hard for somebody to walk and talk about, I fear Mike McCarthy. Like name the head coach now that that people fear now. And like Belichick may be the last one of that cloth or whatever.
Dan Campbell.
You fear Dan in a different way. Like Dan will physically harm you. You know what I'm saying? Belichick ain't putting his hands on nobody. But penalties, man, penalties and drive killers and getting behind the sticks. It sucks, man. But that's that. Kellen Moore. And this one kind of had me thinking for a little bit, Will, because and I don't want to blame this on I used to coach, so I'm gonna always blame the players, right? Because I think there is something too. If the players execute, it make the coaches look a lot better. But as I was laying down upset talking to Miss Nay last night, I think the one thing that really stood out in my mind that I like when I thought about it, she was talking about something. She was trying to tell me like how her day was, and just in my mind, I was like, man, what happened to Kellen Moore? I do think, Will, I understand we walked into this offseason with, let's just say, a talent deficit, right? I think that's fair to say. But the Giants scored 20 points, bro. 21 points. The Lions score points. The Jaguars relatively score points. We scored 3. The Colts score a point. Like offenses that I think we have more talent than, they score. The Houston Texans score a point. You understand what I'm saying? Like they found a way to get it going, regardless of who they have. I understand Dak Prescott may not have been whatever. Davis Mills shouldn't be scoring more than him, right? And I know we can look at the Aaron Rodgers thing and be like, well, Aaron Rodgers ain't got help. Sure, Aaron Rodgers went on Joe Rogan podcast and said he's on drugs now. I get it. He's on ayahuasca. He's on the, whatever. That might be why he messing up. He might be better. He might be ready to retire or whatever, right? But then I thought about it, man. I was like, bro, if Geno Smith come out here and score more than 3 points, I feel away. Right? So I'm just kind of in this, okay, Kellen, I understand that we may not be dropping many 40 burgers this year. 3 burgers is kind of unacceptable, though. You got to find a way, regardless of how your dude's playing. You smiling, Will. What you got, bro?
I was just laughing at the Aaron Rodgers joke. But no, man, you're absolutely right. You got to find a way. And again, it looked like last year, Voch. That's what was very concerning to me. When I say last year, I mean when teams figured out the Cowboys, and we all were not arguing but wanting a counterpunch. I didn't necessarily see that. And then this is so crazy. Yesterday's game, the things that did work is like, oh, all right, bet we done with that. Now let's move on to the other shit. Like, no, go back to what was working. And with a team that, I said this on my show, with a team that has a talent deficit going into week 1 from last year compared to this year, right? It's not nearly the same in regards to the receiver standpoint. You need to get the ball into your playmaker's hands as much as possible. Yesterday, in a way, Zeke was your playmaker, right? Because he was churning up 4, 5, 6, 7 yards, right? TP, while it wasn't a great game, but still 8 touches is not enough. And why is he pass blocking so much? That's another question. Turpin, you're not going to be able to matriculate down the field. So get into somebody's hands that can score right away. It was like, all right, 1, 2, 3, and he was looking at Noah Brown. And if you go look at the route combinations, and I hate to get super X and O right now until you watch, go look at the route combination. It was a lot of mirror routes where if Dak Prescott goes one way, he has to go that way. He can't come back, because if he goes the other way, the corner's pick 6 in the house in that thing, or it's going to have to be backyard football. So if he doesn't pick the right way right away, It's either going to be a contested throw or it's going to be like, oh, man, he has CD Lamb open on a 5-yard out on 3rd and 11. You'll see when you watch it. It's not fun.
So I reached out to some of my coaching friends, right? My old play callers or whatever. Just some well qualified dudes that I go to get football information. They said some interesting shit, Will. And this ain't like the Gang of 7 or anything like that. But they said some interesting shit, Will. Still, I was like, man, how come Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers can't score points, but these other miscellaneous teams can, right? And they were kind of leaning to the idea of these teams, Cowboys and Packers. Our offense is built around the idea that we have to lean on Dak and Aaron Rodgers. So if Dak and Aaron Rodgers don't produce, then the offense goes to shit. The Texans walk into this thing knowing who Davis Mills is. You understand what I'm saying? They, the Colts walk into this thing knowing Matt Ryan is 40. With it. You know what I mean? These other teams, they walk into these situations, they know who they are. They know who they are. And they wouldn't dare put themselves in some type of deficit doing so. Even if Jared Goff can score 35 points on the offense because, hey, man, we're going to lean on Swift. We're going to get St. Brown going. We ain't going to lean on Jared Goff or nothing like that. Jared Goff going to make throws when we ask him to, but we ain't going to lean on Jared Goff. And it made sense when they said it, Will. Still. Go ahead.
They know who they are.
They know who they
are.
I
think we've been asking this question for the last, second half of the year last year into now. And I said this about Tampa Tom. You watch them, it's so deliberate. They know and are comfortable with who they are. They're not going outside of it. There's nothing spectacular they're doing. It's just their system. It's what they do. I ask you, Cowboys Nation, and Voch, what? Let me get my button ready. The does Dallas do? Serious question.
Fair. Okay. And even to double down on that point, if you look at the Bucs ran their offense like they haven't seen Tom Brady in 3 weeks. they ran the ball. They ran the ball and just kind of did some easy shit passing, right? They didn't do anything super crazy. They did some crossing routes. They threw a couple deep balls. They did some short stuff, but they ran the football. They ran the football. It makes sense. So and this is going to suck because if we're forced to start the coaching that way, if we're forced to coach in a way that, all right, we got Cooper Rush, let's start to figure this out, how to get these guys involved, and we do end up winning games, and people really walk into this thing thinking, oh shit, well, Cooper Rush better than that. Like that's the weird trade-off that you get. But fair enough.
He's about to get likely, and this may be a conversation for tomorrow, but Jason Peters is probably going to be a left tackle. They're going to move Tyler in at guard. So I think you're probably going to get a slightly better offensive line. And hopefully, like you said, I don't care how it happens, but I'm hoping the coaching staff does wake the hell up and they do help out Cooper Rush to get victories. Because I know it's week 1, a lot of people ready to tank. I ain't there yet, Voch. Like, I hope Cooper Rush goes 7-0, whatever the hell it is. Like, seriously, I know it's not going to happen, but I'm dead serious. I don't want to see this 2020 thing repeat. I don't.
Right. And I definitely have questions for you later on. This show ain't gonna be terribly long. I promise. It can't be terribly long. We don't have a choice, but I do have a question to ask you. So we got those things. Our defense, right? I think our defense did a bang up job for what they was asked of. For what we asked of them. I think that they gave us a fantastic effort, but I still think that the run defense was a little choppy there. And Trey Diggs look a little soft in the run game, don't he?
I don't think that he ain't lying. They noticed that last year on tape and said, let's just go over there.
Trey Diggs look a little soft in the run game. That was the stat I saw on the social medias. It was like, the Bucs got 100 and some rushing yards to running to the left. Which is not where D-Law is at, which is where Trey Diggs is at. And the other side, you know what I mean? It was like 50 yards or something like that, which is where D-Law and Anthony Brown are. Anthony Brown's probably
D-Law only played 14 rushing snaps. To tell you right now, when D-Law was in the game, they wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, for sure. 100%, Mr. Wolf. And I actually have those numbers. I got Michael Gelkin. He posted, you can probably pull this up too, with still take your time. Michael Gelkin actually posted the play snaps or whatever, right? So What you said? You said D-Law
He played 14 rushing snaps. That's it. Out of 35, I think it was.
14 out of 35 rushing snaps. Interesting. But then when you kind of look at the other like D-line guys, like the interior guys, and you know Chauncey and Basham, whatever we label Chauncey nowadays, them dudes were kind of floating around the 20s and late teens or whatever. So you know, that I guess that's what Dan Quinn wants to do with his rotation, man. He wants to keep everybody fresh. We'll talk about number 11 later. I screamed, and I know you was going crazy at Texas Live when 11 was doing this thing. 11 is your guy.
Listen, I scared. Shout out to Miss Pope. I scared the shit out of Miss Pope when he made the sack. She talking to Jesse Holly, and he made that sack and third down in there. And for those who don't know me and seen me, I can't explain it. It's just an experience watching the game with me. But yeah, man, I snapped the hell out.
I have seen Will Steele break furniture simply from a Voch Lombardi pep talk. So I know he go crazy when Mike McCarthy
You talking about when I broke that glass?
Look, you was like, look, I was talking to you, was like, and then I hear you was like, yeah, boy.
That's what sounded like Stone Cold was coming.
You was like, damn, but you ain't care. You kept on going.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'll send you some money for that. I will say this though. Somebody in my chat box was like, yo, Voch, we need more physical corners or whatever, right? I'm not asking Trey Diggs to run square up with Leonard Fournette, because that ain't what you do with Fournette. Fournette's in that same category as like James Conner or like Derrick Henry. Like you're not gonna run square up with them guys, but you can't run flat away from people. You know what I'm saying? And running away from people, it really opens up a lot of space for them dudes to move in there. So I think he'll get cussed out properly. I think we'll cross that road whenever we get there. And the last negative I got for y'all, it's probably more than that. If I can go back to the Kellen thing for 2 seconds, I really hated that when we used Tony earlier, it was in this cute package, right? Oh, geez. Like we couldn't just line Tony up and just hand Tony the football and just let Tony run. It was the first one was an actual reverse, and it wasn't blocked the best. I will be watching film on that later in the patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. We're going to be watching that and breaking that down, trying to get a good idea of what actually happened on that play. But then the other one was, hey, we got another little reverse to Tony, but this time Tony going to fake like he giving it to Dak and keep it and go. You know what I mean? And I just didn't need that from Tony. I don't need Tony to be a part of your cute play package. If you're gonna give the ball to Tony, just give the ball to Tony, man, and just let him be an athlete, bro. Stop putting him in these weird situations that he has to athlete himself out of. You know what I'm saying? Like meet us halfway. Meet us halfway. But besides that, man, it was a big piece of shit, man. I thought Maher was gonna be on this list. He wasn't. Maher did fine for whatever we scored on the points of the game. So he gave us. So Maher is currently our leading scorer, and he kicked the ball at the back of the end zone when we asked him to. So hey, Maher is fine. I thought he was gonna be on this side of the list, but he was not. The last thing is injuries. We got hurt, Will Steele. Guys got hurt. So J-Ron Curse got hurt. Basham got hurt, and Conor McGregory got hurt, and Dak Prescott, of course. I don't feel bad about 3 of these, but I do want to ask you about one, and I'm going to entertain for the sake of people in the chat box talking for this other one, but I know we're on the same page. J-Ron Curse is hurt. He's out for like 4 weeks or something like that. I actually saw that report. I think we can withstand that because you got guys like Donovan, you got guys like Izzy, you got guys like Marquise Bell. Those guys aren't J-Ron, of course. They're probably not going to be green dot guys, but you at least feel good on their talent level. Those guys being able to play for you. You know what I'm saying? But J-Ron is a big blow. Big blow. We need that dude. Terrell Basham, who is not J-Ron Curse necessarily, but I just think that leaves more opportunities for Billy D. Sam Williams. Billy D, I know I just had this pulled up. Billy D played 6 snaps, okay? And Basham played 18. Now, I doubt all those snaps go directly to Billy D, but I do think those snaps will be evenly passed out between him and Fowler. Dante Fowler only had 10 snaps. So I'd imagine that you take Basham's 18 snaps, you break it in half, Fowler gets 9 and Billy D gets 9. So Fowler ends up with 19. Sam has, 15 snaps. That's what makes sense to me. Luckily, in those 2 spots, whether it be safety and whether it be pass rusher, I think we're fully equipped to deal with that. Long as it ain't D-Law, long as it ain't Micah, long as it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like if them dudes healthy, cool. But your auxiliary pass rush guys, I can live with that. Go ahead.
No, okay. What's your question? I think you said you wanted to ask me something about one of the three.
Oh well, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but
Okay.
What I do is I read your body language or whatever, and I can tell when you're ready to talk. So is this? And they're like, okay, cool. Will got a point. There you go. But then where you at right now is when you sit up.
Yeah, this dude look like I'm about to say some shit, don't it? Let me tell you something about.
That's an old man. Look, you somebody daddy. That's all. Look, when they go, all right. So what's the problem?
Let me tell you what that is. Boy, I've been sitting in this chair for about 8 hours, and this back is starting to get up.
You have not taken a breakfast break.
No, I like my lady stay home, and you need something? Yeah, I do. Thank you, babe. And I usually switch my chair because this is not a good chair to do work in, and I didn't. Yeah. So that's just let me switch this goddamn position up, get this back muscle in a different angle. You can't see it, but I got the legs straight, so it can
just get a little more room.
Yeah, get a little something right here. Get a little, yeah.
I love it, bro. Hilarious. Melvin Goldman said Voch not trying to hear us today. He can't give excuses for Dak's terrible play.
I don't think anybody is. Like, I think people just love to say it. And when we acknowledge it, I think they wanted to go deeper. What he played bad.
Yeah.
Play bad, man.
See, what they want, Will, is they want me to be as miserable as them. Right. So I just can't come out and say Dak played bad. They want me to say Dak is terrible. Or, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. We should cut him. And he's not better than Romo. That's what they want me to say, Will, still. But I'm Voch, dog. I'm not. Somebody says Sky must be 50. And Big Boss Man came and says, no, Sky is 48. So you're Big Boss Man. Shouts out to you.
Yeah, shout out to Big Boss Man in the building.
Yeah, man. There you go. There you go. Shouts out to you. Let's talk about the 3 good things that were good. We did run the ball well at the start of this thing, right? And that's the drive that we got points. But boy, social media right about this one, boy. As soon as Kellen Moore starts to run the ball and we successful at running the ball, he just get that little itch. Well, he got to hit the pass play button in Madden, bro. He just say, ugh. He hit that button, and before you know, we're instead of handing the ball off to 21, which has been effective, we throw it to 85, which is a lot less important. What?
He don't even he don't press the button to pass. He be like, I'll be right back. Let me give the controller to my 7-year-old brother. And then the 7-year-old brother goes, ooh, double reverse.
Start hitting anything.
Wildcat. Yeah. Ooh, bubble screen. And you come back and you're like, well, hell, I'm in 3rd and 16.
Yeah. Kellen be asking Madden, dog. But we started off running the ball with Zeke. Look fine. We look fine, man. And if we're gonna be a team that's gonna lean on the run, I would love to do what Tampa Bay did last night. You know what I mean? Like I would love to just run the ball 5 yards, run it 2. Okay, 3rd and 3. All right, we'll throw something on 3rd and 3, something easy, something to Schultz. Run the ball. Cool. 4 yards. You know what I mean? I would love to do that, right? And get Tony involved and not run a reverse. You know what I'm saying? And that may be what you got to do because you're wide receiver deficient, but it is what it is. Let me ask you about this, Will, still. The 2 I was going to ask you about, and then we got to get in the phones because 3:45. Tyler Smith played some pretty good ball at left tackle. Proud of my son. Conor McGregor got hurt. He's going to be out for a minute. Do you continue to roll with Fournier, who didn't play horrifically? Let's just say horrifically, right? And I'll confirm watching the film later. Do you continue to roll with Fournier?
He was bad.
He was pretty bad? All right, cool. So I'm just not going to say horrifically then. So do you continue to roll with Fournier and give him reps? Or do you take Tyler and put his ass, I see you nodding, put his ass right back at left guard, and it's time for Jason Peters to ramp this shit up for real, for real?
Hey, Jason Peters need to be ready.
Yeah.
Jason Peters, I hope he got it. In fact, if we're being honest, if I was Jason Peters, I saw Donovan Smith got hurt over there for Tampa Bay. Yeah. Hey Jerry, did that ink dry on that contract? Because looked like Tampa might need a left tackle. But he's here. He's here.
Yeah.
So yes.
I did say, look, they zoomed in on Jason Peters after that got hurt, and Jason was like, man, look at this shit here, boy. Look at this shit. And look, he might want to just be on the sideline and get that money. He don't want to be on the field dealing with this shit. I do feel like, though, man, if we just fix all our little problems, we play good defense, incorporate some kind of ball control, I think you can find a way to beat the Washington Wizards, in which Carson didn't look horrible yesterday. And I do think you can find a way to beat the Giants, in which the Giants beat the Titans, but the Titans didn't play great. And I think you can find a way to, deal with the Lions and the Bears, man. You probably not going to beat the Rams. You're probably not going to beat the Bengals. You're probably not going to beat the Eagles. And I hate that because
shit. Come on, man.
I hate to say it, Will Steele. I hate to say it, but it. Okay, cool.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just those words coming out. Skip over that team. Of all the teams, just skip that one.
All right, so we're gonna have a fight against the Eagles to see how that works. We're probably not gonna beat the Bengals and the Rams. Our best hope is to try to get 4 wins on the Washington Football Wizards, Lions, Bears, and Giants. Then we'll have a bye week, and Dak comes back for the Green Bay game. So if we win 4 games over the next few weeks or whatever, like if it's like 4-4 or something like that, I think that's solid for Dak to try to come back and try to run the table best he can.
Boy, that's a tall task, man. 4-4 with Dak out is that's a tall task. It's one of those things where I don't have that confidence right now because I have to see Kellen adjust, right? Like
yo ass said dun.
I'm not gonna press my own button. But no, seriously, I have to see how is he going to do this now without Dak for an extended period of time? Not one game like last year. 2 years ago, the team did not do well. Then Andy Dalton got hurt. Ben DiNucci, Gilbert, they won 0 games, I think it was, until Andy got back. They were like 0-3 or something like that. And even in the game Andy started against the Cardinals, it was terrible. So nonetheless, it hasn't been a great situation. But hey, they held on last year for 1 game. Ken, Andy, and I think it was our guy Twan who said in the chat, it sucks that Ken Kellen. It sucks that it takes a Dak Prescott injury to start running the ball.
Sure.
I hope they run the ball.
Yeah.
They should have been doing it with Dak.
Yeah.
So, this organization is just really, really strange to me. If we come out and run the ball 35 times next week and they be like, yeah, well, we got Cooper Rush back there, so we got to lean on the ground. Fam, you got Dennis Houston out there and Noah Brown at wide receiver too. You should have been doing that yesterday, when you was averaging 5.2 with Zeke. All right, guys.
The conference has been locked.
We got about 1,200 people live over here watching. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Miss Nay said, can y'all get the likes up? So, hey, man, do what the lady says, man. Get the likes up, please. That's our virtual currency. That's the only way the volume know that we killing shit over here. So, please, let's try to get half the engagement. So, we got 1,300 people watching live. I can't count, Will. So, what that 650? Can we get 650 likes, please? Appreciate y'all. We ain't doing nothing else. One last thing before we get into the phones. You trying to trade picks to go get Jimmy Garoppolo, Will, still?
And I'm gonna say this to y'all that watched the post game show. When my guy Jesse asked me that, I think I said like right away. And then I was like, wait, Scott, what are you doing? Time out. I know. Jimmy ain't saving this. Number one, right? You know what I'm saying? He's not saving nothing. Number two, yes, is he better than Cooper Rush? Sure, he's better than Cooper Rush, Josh. But I don't think I want to give up draft capital once again for a team who relies on, build and draft and build, whatever the hell they call it, and they don't go out here in free agency to go do it for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm good.
Plus, if it's that bad, I just want the pick. You know what I'm saying? Give me the pick. Give me the pick, bro. I'm not, because the one thing that you don't want is to go like 8-9 and barely miss the wild card. So that way you don't get into the playoffs and you don't get the best draft position. Oh, that's just nonsense. So we definitely don't want that.
Bro, we think he gonna come in here with Kellen and this wide receiver group and just throwing the ball 42 times a game?
Nah. Get out of here. I will say though, to the Cowboy fans' point or whatever, right? Jimmy does make me feel better about playing those 4 teams that I mentioned that we have to beat. he does make me feel a little better about that. Oh, okay, well, Jimmy Garoppolo and this offense versus the Bears, that makes me feel better than Cooper Rush versus the Bears. But I'm not trying to give up that capital for a rental. And then when Dak comes back, we don't look at Jimmy anymore. So, that's what that is. Let's get into some of these supers, and then we're going to get into the phones. Y'all know how we do phones, man. I would love for Danny Savage to come on here first and just make all the points. But we can't. We can't do it. And plus, I know how Danny get down, so I can't let Danny talk too long. But everybody that's on the phones right now, when I get to you, come in. I'm gonna speak, shake my hand, make your point, and we probably won't even do secondary points today because we can't get too long-winded today. So let's get in and make 1 point, and I'm gonna get y'all up out of here. Double J Jackson dropped the deuce and says, we forgot to write brick on my brick. Appreciate you. Hey, look, when it's draft season, y'all love write brick on my brick, and I agree. The price of the brick is currently going up. Shouts out to Cooper Rush. Let's see what happens here. Hamzone dropped the deuce in super chat, says, that's what he said. We read Cowboy. Brian, appreciate you. Carolina Wild Boy dropped a dime and says, salute to you guys, but we knew Dallas didn't do near enough this offseason until we make Jerry and Steven feel hurt for what we're doing. Nothing will change. Did you see somebody tagged us on social medias, man, Twitter machine? They was like, hey, man, y'all got to lead a revolution to get people to stop buying tickets to the home games. I'm like, bro.
You know what I asked those people? Did you watch the game?
Yeah. You helped. You were part of this too. You the problem. Appreciate you though. It could be Jamie, but since his last name is Diablo, I'm assuming it's Jaime. So Jaime Diablo. He says you can't scheme talent into untalented players. False. This is Jerry and Steven's fault for not using free agency to get rid of top players. To acquire top players, sure. Yeah, and listen, I don't mind moving on from Lael and Cooper. Lael was getting his ass whooped yesterday, Will. I don't know if you noticed. But yeah, I don't feel bad about moving on from those guys, but you got to do better bringing in better talent. Like, you got to do better, fulfilling that. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. Stephen Wade dropped 5 and says, Jerry will ask Dak about the contract because of no franchise tag, and Dak will ask for Deshaun's money after an injury. Cowboys won't pay him after that money. I appreciate Stephen Wade for that super chat, for what you just said, yeah. And Smoke One for you says, I thought we wanted to be physical. Bland and Bell are not playing. Are not why shit. I thought we wanted to be physical. Bland and Bell are. Why not play them to be physical? Hello. Put some punctuation in y'all damn super chats, man. Bland didn't play because Jordan was healthy, and I don't think we played too much dime, so that's that. And Bell didn't play because you're adequate at your safety position, honestly. But Bell gonna be playing soon, so I understand what you're saying, but I don't think the defense did a bad job at all. I just think we put the defense in terrible positions with no ball control, and them dudes gave up 1 touchdown versus Tom Brady, bro. That's commendable. That's commendable, of course,
bro. Like you come out of this game 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 19 points in any other year. You're like, yeah, you should be able to win that game. Your offense didn't step up.
Yeah. Twan came in the super chat, drop 5, and says, I'm just here to see my boy Voch say something nice about Zeke. Of course you are. He wasn't terrible. Not working, Voch. Side note, our line did well. Zeke was fantastic. Zeke was the best part of our offense yesterday. And then Twan came back and dropped a dub and says, I'm going to be so pissed if it takes Dak having to get hurt to run. That's what it is. I bet fans wish Zeke was picking up blocks now. Relax, sir. Colts running back had 31 touches, which is Jonathan Taylor had 31 touches for like 140 some yards, which is usage on his behalf.
He scored 20 points and tied the Texans though.
Exactly. And we also have a proven back who gets 10. Shaking my head, laughable. Zeke, that dude. I mean, I like Zeke. I ain't hating on Zeke. And then Dwayne Porter, haven't seen your name in a long time. What up, DP? He dropped 5 and says, bro, I tried to explain before. CD does maximum damage in the slot. That's where he was. We need someone at the X that can challenge a team's cornerback 1. Hopefully that'll be Gallup for you, man. Hopefully when Gallup comes back, and Will, you will say that when Dak comes back, Gallup will be here. Tyron can go, but we'll be well into the Jason Peters at left tackle thing, and Tyler back at left guard thing. Do you think that this team will be somewhat better when Dak gets back? Because everybody's going to be in midseason form except him.
Will it matter at that point?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Wilson. All right, let's go get Jalen Carter from Georgia. Let's get into the phones, man. See what y'all got to say. And of course, y'all keep saying that super chats to make it hard for me to read. Hard for me to how about Huntley for the Ravens? He's not moving the needle neither. Hey, Will, mute my mic.
Hold on. He always tested me, yo. Hold on. All right, you muted? Yeah, you muted. Yeah. Fella.
Okay, we good?
You straight.
All right, back into the phones, man. Like I said, don't hold up our phone lines. I say that with all due respect. We love y'all to pieces. I want y'all to get your points in, but we only got like 20 minutes left in the show, maybe 25. And just make, come in with your anger, make your point, and give me a hug and get out. My bad. All right, let's get Danny out of the way. Let's go ahead and get Danny in there because I know how Danny get down. I know.
I'll be
Danny,
quick.
I'll be
quick.
I know Danny ready to fire everybody, and he's ready to tell us how right he was, and Danny knew the whole time.
No.
All right, okay, go ahead.
No. All I'm going to say, I'll make a few quick comments.
Okay, cool. A few.
Within the next 5 weeks, when Isaac Alarcon starts, they're going to party in Mexico like they won the World Cup. I said Isaac's going to be playing, and he will be. We went into the season with our weakest position being our O-line. The peanut gallery laughed at me when I said our first 3 picks should have been O-line. But now that's another story. Now, defense, Micah played great.
Honestly, Danny.
Micah played great.
Honestly,
go
Danny.
Ahead.
Nobody's laughing at you. Nobody's laughing at your opinion. Because
when I said we needed 3 offensive linemen, everyone laughed at me. That's how bad our O-line was.
Nobody laughed at you. I'm okay. Sure you imagine people laughing at you. Now, some people may have disagreed with you, but some people like Voch was like, "Hey, let's get a tackle and let's get a guard later." But
you're right. Now, just quick defense, and I'm out.
Okay.
Micah played great. Wilson played great. But this is a scary. But honestly, Tampa Bay had 4 rookies last night when their left tackle went down. 4 rookies, and they gutted.
No, they didn't. Why you keep saying that? Shaq Mason is not a rookie. Tristan Wirfs is not a rookie. Their center is not a rookie.
Once the left, I said 4, not 5.
It ain't 4.
That's 3 non-rookies. How are you getting 4 out of 2?
I'm bad at math. What can I tell you?
Oh, God.
Okay, so they got 6 offensive linemen.
They got 7.
They got 7 offensive linemen, and 5 of them is rookies.
God damn, Daddy.
So out of they 7 starting offensive linemen, is Luke Godeke and Shaquille Mason is also a rookie. Okay, Danny, listen, bro. Listen, I know you want to make your points, brother. But you just can't come on lying though, Danny. You just can't come on lying to make your point look better, man.
No, I say the truth even when I lie.
And then plus,
listen, I'm out. I know there's a lot of people behind me.
Oh, now he want to leave. Now he want to leave. A lot of people behind me. Get this, Danny. And plus, to your point, Danny, to the point you was about to make, even when the backup left tackle came out there, Michael was on that side and we got a sack from it. And they was beating the shit out of Godeke. So what do you want?
No, I said Micah played great, but he can't do it by himself. You said it yourself. The run defense has to tighten up. It was the San Fran playoff game, part 2.
Okay, I did say that. Okay. All right, Dan, I appreciate you, man. Good call.
I'm out. Thank you so much. Great call.
Hey, Will, Daddy called us calling this bullshit out, and he said, "I'ma leave." He said,
And the only reason why I did that, because I love Danny, he knows we do this. We go through this literally almost every day now. Is because, okay, I get it, be upset, but don't lie. Danny went from, yeah, man, they was tearing us up in the ground game to, you know what? They did it with 4 rookies to, man, they was out there with Pee Wee Herman and just running up and down on. Danny, what you gonna say next, fam?
I started to look that shit up. I'm like, what 4 rookies I'm missing?
That's what made. I'm like, okay, he been saying it in the chat. Listen, bro, you gotta stop this, okay? You gotta stop this. But anyway, go ahead.
I told Dad to sit his ass down. You gonna explain this shit? You gonna tell me what these rookies at? I need to know. All right, cool. Let's put some legs back on these cars. I know we stopped and had a little fun, but time ticking. Damon, what up?
What's poppin', y'all?
What's good, brother?
Hey, man, I'm going to keep it simple, man. Hey, a lot of people have been blowing my phone up since the game last night, and everybody expecting me to be mad. I ain't even mad. Want to know why I ain't mad? Because now I get to watch the rest of these seasons for the next at least 7 weeks, and I ain't even got the stress on Sunday, boy. I ain't playing no fantasy football. I ain't got to worry about if the Cowboys going to win or not. If we do, cool. If we don't, I expected us not to win anyway. The only person who realistically is making out the best out of this is Kellen Moore, because now we ain't got to worry about whether or not he putting Dak in the right positions. He's just going to be able to lean on the fact that they got Cooper Rush. That's all I got, man. Y'all be easy.
Will, Steele, that's interesting, though. Do you think that the Dak injury has bought Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy just a little more rope?
100% it did. And I mean, based off history, right? It did with Jason Garrett. Well, you know what? Tony Romo got hurt. Let's bring Jason Garrett back. You know, so, but I was going to ask, and I guess that defeats the purpose of the question since I just answered your question. If you get to a certain point in the season and you're 2-4 or 1-5 or something like that, and offense is still looking like it's looking, do you fire somebody? Do you fire Kellen? I mean, McCarthy probably be the one to go, but I'm starting to think Kellen got to be. If it was me, I would say, all right, this ain't working. Let me see if McCarthy can try to save his job.
The one thing that I kept going back to, Will, I said this about 3 years ago. I watched Sean Payton have Taysom Hill for like 6 weeks. Or like 7, so just whatever, however long it was. Drew Brees was like retired, he was hurt, whatever. He had Taysom Hill and won like 9 games with that motherfucker. 9 games with him, you know? And I can be like, oh, well, Dak's hurt. This ain't fair on McCarthy. But I'm never too big for an upgrade. Like Connor Williams is my son, but when it's time to upgrade, have a good time in Miami, son. You know what I mean? It's time to move on. So Kellen Moore, I think you can still see, you know, whether he's improved or not, even without Dak, right? You know, you could just see based on how we, you know, okay, well, how do we make these next 8 weeks serviceable? You know what I mean? And then when Dak comes back, we'll definitely know if Kellen Moore has learned his lesson. So I think regardless of which, Dak can come back, we can win a Super Bowl, boom, boom, boom. I'm still moving on to Sean Payton. Because in my mind, we can win more Super Bowls because we've improved. Because that motherfucker won 9 games with goddamn Taysom Hill. Do you think Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore can win 9 games with Taysom Hill?
Hell no.
I'm moving on to Sean Payton. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. That's like if Andy Reid became available, but Mike McCarthy took us to the conference championship game and lost. You just take Andy Reid. Like, just take the upgrade.
Bro, that's what and I'm sorry. Can I just say this and then we can go back to the phone? I wanted to do that this offseason. Sure. I wanted to sell the farm to go get Mike McDaniels.
Yeah, you did.
Damn the excuses of, he was hurt, no, penalties, we wasn't. That was the perfect time to go get this guy and start, not really rebuilding, but kind of start to get his, implement his DNA in this team. But anyway.
Putting it in motion. I feel you. All right, let's try to run through these phones. Florida Trey, what's happening?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
Man, chilling, Florida Trey. Sound like you're over there counting your money, counting that dirty money that you're getting from the streets. That would it sound like.
I was counting real dirty money, man. But I don't want to take up all y'all time. I want all the Cowboy fans to know this, and I hope there's some Cowboy players listening, because I believe they do listen to y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all do a great job. Yeah. But being a Cowboy fan, a coach, and a player, you got to know, if you step on that field, it's like a Super Bowl. You're getting everybody's best game. So if you're not playing your best game, you might as well not suit up. You know what I'm saying? You might as well not even suit up, because we run the NFL. There's no NFL without the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. If you take the Cowboys out of the NFL, it's nothing. So just everybody needs to understand that all the players and the coaches will be better once we get coaches and players in there who know that every game, every play, you gotta play your best ball, and that's it. Y'all boys be easy.
Appreciate you, Florida Trey. Will Steele, my hotline just blinged. It ain't just blinged, but it was blinging while we was talking. And okay, so it did bling like 4 minutes ago. Mike McCarthy, when discussing bringing in quarterback after Dak's injury, he says we definitely plan on making some roster moves. Right, we plan on making roster moves. Now, does that mean we bring up Will Grier from practice squad, or does that mean we're looking from outside help?
From what I guess what I read earlier was, Cooper Rush is 1, Will Grier is 2. And he's slick. Roster moves doesn't mean we're going to go sign a quarterback or trade for a quarterback. It likely means, okay, he goes to IR, up comes Cooper Rush, up comes Will Grier, because you're likely going to put Conor McGregory on IR, right? Yeah. Somebody like that. So he know what he's doing.
Yeah. Fair enough. Good call, Florida Trey and Bleacher Report for hitting me with the hotline blank. David, what up?
My bad. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
What's good with you, my guy?
So basically what I wanted to say is, everything we're seeing is basically like what we've been, I don't know, like worrying about the whole offseason. Right. The O-line, receivers, and all that. Yeah. So where do we go from here? How do we sustain the next 6 to 8 weeks?
Well, we're just gonna pray to the good Lord, and we're just gonna hope for the best, and we're gonna shoot dice in the bathroom.
1 plus 1 equals 3.
Will Steele, somebody said on Twitter. I was mad as hell last night, but it put a smile on my face. That motherfucker said we scored 1 plus 1 last night. I screamed because that's just so fun. My bad, Dave. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was hilarious. Go ahead, Dave.
It's all good. I seen Jeff Kavanaugh say something on Twitter like that too. Like, I think Jerry Jones said something to the effect of 1 plus 1 equals 2, but in my mind it equals 3. And Jeff was like, well, yeah, it equals 2 now, and we're gonna have to suffer with a quarterback and no line all season because of what they did with the offseason moves. No Lyle, no Amari. Now we're reaping the benefits or the negative aspects of that. Sure. So I just wanted to say that, and you guys have a good show.
Yeah, man, but Jerry's on drugs. Appreciate you, David. We got Ms. Rowland's reviews in the chat box. Hey, Ms. Rowland's reviews. Welcome back. Been a minute since I seen you. Let's get James from Atlanta on the phone. He's a Steelers fan. The hell he want?
Hey man, chill. First of all, I'm Atlanta, But
what you listen to, Bone Thugs? What the hell you listening to, man?
What you said?
What you listening to, man?
What you said about?
Turn your radio down. Shit, man. Turn down.
Okay. I can hear you.
Turn down your house,
I was
man.
in the club real quick.
You wasn't in no damn.
He was in the club. All
right.
He went to the strip club midday. Down there, P Valley somewhere.
The wing's good. The wing's good. That's why. All right, James, go ahead. What you want? What was that?
Nah, I was just calling in to say, even though y'all was dealing with some injuries, y'all offensive line was sneaking impressive when I was looking at the game. And as well as y'all DBs, but y'all linebacker position is still a place of concern for me personally. And if y'all keep y'all defense on the field, you can end up like some of our skill players now injured. Y'all need to keep y'all drives going. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm telling more for real, because now you got to do it with the backup team, the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You ain't lying, brother.
Appreciate y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be. What you saying, Pat?
I'm saying you're not lying. I was gonna bring something up after we got off the phone about what you said, but I agree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate y'all.
All right, appreciate you, brother. James from Atlanta. The Pittsburgh Steelers fan somehow, but he is from Atlanta.
Stop it! Don't you do that because I'm from PA and I'm a Cowboy fan.
All right, my bad. All right, go ahead. What you about to say, Will?
Oh, so when you're going to see the J-Ron Curse injury, and I just was in my head thinking, Voch, like they weren't on the field for 40 minutes. They had a 4-minute time possession difference, which kind of can be a lot, but I don't think it's that significant. The problem is though, the longer they're on the field, he brought up the potential for injury for certain guys. And when you watch J-Ron Curse's injury, I love J-Ron. He's 6'4", he's 225 and whatnot. He is the new version of that safety linebacker type look. But when you're constantly asking him to bang up with linemen or with guards and tackles and things like that, eventually he'll wear and tear. And he's already worn and torn in the offseason. And boom, he kind of had a herky-jerky block to try to disengage and hurt himself. So, yeah, you're not lying. The longer you have those guys on the field, the more tired they get and the more susceptible they are to injury.
Which is exactly why I think guys like Marquise Bell and Izzy exist. This may be J-Ron's last year with us, you know what I mean? Just because of the nature of the business. I think if we start treating big nickel guys or big nickel linebacker safety guys like we should be treating running backs, like we just draft them, develop them, bring them in, and just rotate them in, get them out. That's another roster building thing that I think that this team's going to do moving forward. Let's get through these quickly now. Tariq, what up?
Yeah, what's going on, Voch? What's going on, Sky? Sorry, I missed you this morning, man.
What's good, player?
Salute.
I blame Stephen Jones, man. This cheap shit without us going to get proven players is going to show up every damn time. The whole point of going to get Amari Cooper was to elevate this team, and when he came to us, he helped elevate the team. Why would you take the pieces away? Because you don't want to play players. You don't want to upgrade. If you're gonna let somebody go, you go to upgrade the team some kind of way.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Kellen Moore gotta go, man. That dude need to get demoted. I don't care about no number one offense. I don't care about none of them stats because every time his true colors show up in big games. This is not college football. Why we want to trick plays with a rookie left tackle out here, and he held it down much as he could, and give the playbook to the man that has proven that he knows what to do and knows how to strategize with a team that's hurt, and that's Mike McCarthy. They need to get that man the play calls. He needs to call again. He needs to call because if he's going to go down as being a bad coach, he at least doesn't have a chance to prove himself, to dig himself out of a hole with a backup quarterback. He came to Dallas. I can't remember if that was when we was in Dallas or we was in Green Bay when they had a backup quarterback beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like this. This dude is proven. You brought him here for a reason. Let him do his job. Kellen Moore can't put this together, man. That San Francisco game and this first game look identical. Sky, you were right about that. It looks the same. Something got to change, man. That's all I got to say, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Appreciate that. Let me get to think about it. I love when they say a whole bunch of shit and be like, all right, that's all I got.
That's my guy, Rick, Mr. All I got to say is, or my thing is, I got to get him a little hashtag. Every time he call a hashtag, my thing is, and he go in. It's a good call, though.
I had a point, but shit, he kept going. What was he going to say? I was saying...
He's talking about getting rid of Kellen. It looked like last year's game.
So are you on the team of let Mike McCarthy call plays?
It's getting close. It's getting close. I don't know, man, because I said this before. What does Mike McCarthy's offense look like in 2021, 2022?
He is so far removed from modern football. I have no clue what you do with and we ain't got Aaron Rodgers, so
but
I don't know what it's like.
I don't even know if it's the play calling per se that I would be eager to see Mike McCarthy take a handle of more so than game plan.
Sure.
I've seen Mike McCarthy deliberately use Eddie Lacy. I've seen him deliberately use Ty Montgomery. I've seen him deliberately use John. Is it? I always say John Starks, but the which is the Hooper, the other Starks. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. James.
I've seen him operate with 3 backs, 2 backs. I've seen him use more West Coasty things to help out his quarterback. And did it get stale towards the end? Sure it did, because Aaron Rodgers became a god, and Aaron Rodgers wanted more. So I get it, and he even admitted it got stale. But I don't know if I'm being a bit hypocritical here or not.
Mm-hmm.
But would we be better off being more of the Mike McCarthy, Scott Linehan-ish style, where these dudes leaned into what they did and they fed off of that? And if it didn't work, at least there was something to it. Ball control, right? When we had Scott Linehan, right? It was ball control offense. It was just run the rock, play action, boots, get the ball to Dez, get the ball to yada yada. There was kind of a deliberateness to it. I don't know what we do deliberately anymore. And in the football, you coached it. You got to have something to fall back on. Voch, I ask y'all, what do the Cowboys fall back on?
Look at how far we've come. We are saying Linehan's an option, or Linehan style football is an option.
I feel dirty. But
Yeah, man,
to be fair, I praised Scott the first couple years when he first got here. But then he got real stale, and I was like, nah, I got to get up out of here. The league done passed him. But yeah.
This is something Cowboy fans would do when Linehan is like really good. I'll be like, hey, Linehan's good. But then he becomes bad. People like, Voch, you used to like Linehan. Well, yeah.
Right.
He was good. Yes, I defended Linehan at some point, but shit. All right, let's get these last 4 callers in so me and Will Steele can clock out.
4?
Yeah, I know, right? But trust me, they're gonna go back quickly. Right, 240?
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
Okay, all right, cool. What you got for the show? He made no promises.
Man. All right, this is what I gotta say, Voch. And it's kind of crazy, but I've just been listening to the fans since the game last night, and it just seems like even as a fan base, we don't even know where we're trying to go with the team. Like, Kellen, I'm more upset about Dak last night. Just to be as super honest as I can be, like, we just not getting nothing out of our big guy in big games. Like, I did a tally. We play good teams. We barely score 15, 17 points. And, you know, I heard you say the 40-burger remark earlier, but that's against, like, Washington and you know, the Eagles.
And the Patriots, yeah.
We ain't put a 40-burger on a team that's been competitive since probably the Rams when we blew them out one day, like 2-3 years ago. But, I mean, we just don't. We don't look good at all. We're not set up good for the future. Everybody dogging Steele, but he's a free agent in the off season.
Putting 40 points
trying to revamp the whole line.
Putting 40 points on good teams, yeah, that's pretty rare for anybody. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I get it that it don't happen, but Bosh, we're not even putting 25 on teams. Like, when you go to the Cardinals, Chiefs, the 49ers game last year, we can't even put up a dub on these teams. I'm sorry, like, your defense keep holding teams to under 24. Like, you can't ask for nothing more than that. You got to be able to score points in this league. It's a quarterback-driven league, and I don't know if we have that guy. I know y'all say y'all don't want to tank or whatever right now, but my thing is, we got to get us a young rookie quarterback again so we can get back under this cap.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get your body. Good call. Appreciate you, man. That's your time.
Hold on.
Good call.
What's that one meme? He had me in the first half.
Hey, look, that motherfucker switched fast, dude. Ellen's not doing great, and Mike, you know what I'm saying, and CD has some problems, and you know what? We should just totally just draft Bryce Young and get Dak up out of here to save some money. So they're like, sir.
Okay, so my only argument to that is, and this, again, Cowboys fans, and is he still on the phone?
He gone. I hung up on that man.
I don't know what his name is. I get it. I get it. You look around the league and you like, yeah, man, you got to draft a young quarterback because this is how to do it. The Cowboys found their quarterbacks as an undrafted free agent and a fourth rounder after they tried their damnedest to get other quarterbacks that are no longer in this league or with their current teams.
Paxton Lynch, Connor Cook, Christian Hackman.
Right. So, number one, do you believe a young rookie quarterback with a team that doesn't go out and spend money in free agency to surround a rookie quarterback on their rookie contract, because the Cowboys had that before, with top tier talent? Do you believe that young rookie quarterback is just going to come in here and everything is going to be better when it hasn't been better for 27 years? When you've had two good enough quarterbacks. I get the frustration, Cowboys Nation. I get it, right? And I understand tank for whoever. But why do you think tanking for whoever is going to change when you've had two top-tier-ish quarterbacks? Some people don't believe it, but two good enough quarterbacks, and it hasn't worked. So Bryce Young is going to change it? Or is there a bigger problem? That should be an easy question to answer. I digress.
Get my work call ready. I don't even think Bryce Young that dude neither. Honestly. Anyway, moving on. 714. What's up? Who this?
Oh, hey guys, how's it going? My name is Mario.
Turn your house down, Mario.
It sounds like a cop, like he on the radio.
Well, I've actually called in Sky's morning show, but I live here in Costa Mesa, right next to kind of the Chargers facility.
Salute.
Oh, okay. Hey, you should live it up, sir. Fancy. I thought you was at Disney World, but go ahead.
Yeah. So real quick, Andy Dalton, would you guys consider looking into him? I know he's with the Saints right now, but he does know Kellen Moore's system from 2020, and I don't really blame him from having a shitty season because we did have Mike Nolan as a defensive coordinator around that time. So maybe around this time he does have a more seasoned Terrence Steele and a more seasoned CD Lamb. And I think Andy Dalton is a better backup quarterback than Cooper Rush, in my opinion. So I don't know how you guys will feel about that. And my last question is, I kind of second what the previous caller said about drafting a quarterback in the first round.
Get your mind in there. This was a good one. Leg it to pieces. Maybe next time.
Why you do? Maybe next time. See, you different from me. I'll push right back on the ass if it. Which this one I wanted to hear what he had to say too. But that's hilarious. You're funny.
What he say? He ain't say nothing. Will, you think we should send next year's 7th to go get Andy Dalton or something?
I mean, I actually agree that he's better than Cooper Rush.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know that, again, Andy Dalton's going to overcome everything here. The team, believe it or not, is worse than when Andy Dalton was. Well, I say team, I mean the offense. The offense is worse than what it was when he had Cooper, Mari Cooper, CD Lamb, and Michael Gallup all healthy. Yeah. All of them. Anyway.
Fair enough. All right, let's get 760. Let's see who up in here. 760, what's up? Who this?
Hey, this is Vincent over here in Cali.
What up, Vince?
I'm just calling. I'm just calling. I wanted to see what do you rather do? Give up a first or second round pick for a number 1 receiver, or a later round pick for a number 2 receiver? Because I'm looking at CD Lamb, bro. He's cool and everything. I like him and everything, but I already seen him against Kansas City, and he was the number 1 in that game, and he didn't do nothing either. So, but I don't know. What would you rather have? CD Lamb, Michael Gallup, and another number 2 receiver, or a number 1 receiver, CD Lamb, and Michael Gallup? Who would you rather have?
Did you just say the same thing? Sir, repeat.
You just asked to say, okay, time out. So you said, say it one more time. You said, do we want what now?
Yeah,
we want CD Lamb and who?
Do you want CD Lamb, Michael Gallup, and another number 2 receiver?
Right.
Or a number 1 receiver, CD Lamb, and Michael Gallup? Would you rather have the give up the first and second round pick, or give up a later round pick for the number 2 receiver?
So we trading Tolbert for a first round pick?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you were willing to give up a number 1 pick, a first round pick, to give up
a number one
to get a number one receiver.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you saying CD's not a one receiver, right? So you saying, okay, listen, you can basically just ask, do we think CD is a number one receiver, or do we think that he needs a number one receiver to help him? Basically, that's basically what you could have said.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, or the other vice versa. Do you guys think he's the number one receiver and he could get help with another number two receiver?
That's the same thing.
With Mike Gallup.
All your options sound the same, Vince.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah.
But
I'm saying that give up a late round pick. You know, for
basically. Basically, what you're saying is, do you think CD Lamb is good enough to be the number one receiver, or does he need a number one receiver to help elevate him? Okay, cool. Well, shit, I don't know. As all this thinking, my brain hurts.
Listen. Let me short dog. I mean, not short dog. Low dog. Let me tell you what I would do.
Okay.
I would trade a 5th round pick this year and next year's 6th round pick for Mark Cooper. That's what I would do.
Get him back here. Bring him back.
Stop the cap.
Yep.
All right, shit, Vince. I don't even know who answered your question, but appreciate you, brother.
I would 100%. Hey, Mari, we ain't mean all that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
listen,
man.
Let Mari. We ain't gonna do the whole bit. One last. It's 4:29.
True.
All right, last call. Let's see. 915. What up? Who this?
Yo, what up, Voch? What up, Sky?
You good, player?
First time calling, man. I wish it was under better circumstances, unfortunately.
Of course, appreciate you.
But real quick, I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time. I got 3 quick points because we all know there's a C negative out there. So 3 quick points. Ezekiel Elliott looked like Zeke, which is good because we all know all the questions that the media had over him and whatnot. So good point there. Look like Zeke. Number 2, Tyler Smith looked good. Looking good out there. He held his own. That's the Tampa Bay D-line, so he looked pretty good, which is pretty, it's a good thing to hear.
For sure.
So that's point number 2. Last but not least is that we held the GOAT. I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about this. We held the GOAT to 19 points, Voch and Sky.
Sure.
19 points.
Sure.
If you tell me any other day, that's a dub. We take that game.
It's a good fucking day. Yep, I agree.
Right?
I agree 100%.
But unfortunately, our offense, we all know our receivers. But yeah, it's pretty much my 3 points, guys.
Let me ask you this.
We work something out.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If we get a top 5 pick, do you think we should trade for a quarterback? I mean, we should draft a quarterback?
No, hell no.
Oh, good.
Let's get off of that right now.
Oh, good.
Dak Prescott is my quarterback since the first preseason game against the Rams.
Okay.
And he has not disappointed. Injuries happen, unfortunately, it's a part of the game. Can't do nothing about him, right? But he's our quarterback. That's Dak Prescott. Number 4 will get us a ring.
Right now.
He just needs the help. We saw what he did when we had Amari. We have Dennis Houston out there, which I'm a fan of, by the way. That's not a knock on him. Big fan of him. It's just CD Lamb needs to pick it up, guys. He's supposed to be our number 1. I feel like, Jerry, Steven, they had that full plan that CD's going to be our number 1. He's going to open up things for our other guys, these no-name guys. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. No. But as far as getting a quarterback, that's big. Hell no. Number 4 is our guy. He'll get us there. Let's just get him some help. And like I said, we held the GOAT to 19 points. 19 points, guys. I feel like a lot of people are forgetting just because we lost. He scored 1 touchdown. Scored 1 touchdown against us.
What
So
else?
any other day, that's a dub. Let's fix our, let's fix this offense. Kellen Moore is Kellen Moore. We know what he is.
Stop the cap.
But that's basically it, guys. My name's Bobby.
No, it ain't.
First time caller again. I'll see you guys and big time.
Appreciate you, dog. Love you, man.
Yeah, look, good call. Hey, Bobby,
Yes, sir.
I'm
You guys
about to
take care.
I'm about to put you
Yes,
down.
sir.
I'm about to put you down platinum, Bobby. Appreciate it. Good call, Bobby.
Man, he almost had a perfect, and then
Oh, Bobby was doing fine, but boy, he said everything that he said already, boy. I was like, ooh. Bobby added a whole additional 45 seconds of that goddamn call, boy.
Oh man.
Good call, good call.
Good call. That was a good call. Gotta get my coffee.
All right, man, it's 4:33, man.
Shit, we need to land the plane, Voch.
Yeah, we ain't got to do this long ass. Chat, what y'all want? Y'all got 2 seconds. Hurry up. Hurry up, chat. Y'all got 5 seconds.
Nah, hell no.
Marcus.
I'm putting the damn back the clock on you, dog.
All right, now come on now, what y'all got? I'm gonna read these supers and get the hell up out of here now. It's time for y'all. Man, this shit. Bad as hell, man. We them boys says, don't give up. We can still be a wild card team, and that's crazy because he hates the Cowboys.
I wonder if he's trolling just a little bit.
He probably is trolling. Let's see. Titan Omega Music dropped a dime and says Cowboys look like WWE under Vince McMahon. WWE ain't got better until WWE ain't got better until Triple H took over.
Yeah, true.
So is there anyone in the Joneses in-laws, second cousin, someone who can help the Cowboys be the Cowboys Triple H?
Charlotte.
It'll be Charlotte.
Yeah.
It'll probably be Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte, and you know what? Charlotte probably doesn't have like football ego, so she'll hire somebody to do GM shit. Yeah, because she ain't got football ego. Yeah,
She just want to decorate the AT&T Stadium. She want to say,
Yeah.
Will McClay, you got this.
Yeah, she just want to do financial. You know what I'm saying? Just the monies and stuff. Yeah, she don't want to do too much. Branding and things like that. Salvation Army. She don't want to get too involved. Drummer Cam Drive 5 says Troy Aikman had a gang of playmakers around him, and we got 3 Super Bowls. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
We're replacing Dak talk. Yeah, and it's salary cap. So you know how that goes. This is my new favorite show. Love y'all, brothers. Ham Zone. Appreciate you.
Salute, bro.
Appreciate it. All right, chat. Y'all got 2 questions before we leave. All right, we'll get Marcus Harrison in there for the sake of tradition. We'll get Marcus.
Damn, I gotta pull a Voch today. I left my towel in my bag from yesterday.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna just figure this out. I got a little. Yeah, we're gonna get the book going. Hear ye. We ain't gonna be long. Will, Steele, you got the monster today, bro. No Celsius. What's that filth you drinking?
A sugar-free one though.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, we shouldn't even be. That's free. That's free advertisement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Look at this assist right here. Look at that.
Let's go right there. Let's go woman right there. Going right there. Nay, bring my towel. She ain't here. She ain't here. I almost hit you with the boys in the hood. I know ain't no swine on that plate, is it? I know ain't no swine. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me and Will Steele. At the volume, the same energy of character which renders a man a villain would have rendered him useful in society had that society been well organized. Wait a minute. Let me get this shit.
I'm looking at a different Marcus Hardison.
Okay, Marcus can't be dropped 2 of them.
Drop 2.
He can't be dropping 2. Save one, Mark. Say the other one. Hold on. The same energy of character which renders a man a villain would have rendered him useful in society had that society been organized.
I get that one.
That's
usually an idea that no one else is doing.
They look at you crazy.
They look at it like it's something wrong.
They look at you. Hey, yo, look. Hey, real talk. Just imagine somebody said, man, look, dog, I have an idea. I got technology. You can be here. I can be in a whole nother place. And we can talk to each other. It's called the telephone. They probably stoned that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Thinking he a witch or something. Like, what witchcraft you done put together? You know what I'm saying? And they probably look at him like that. You know what I'm saying? But there's some brilliance to walking in undiscovered territory.
Uncharted territory, yeah.
Appreciate you, Marcus Hardison.
Can I don't. You probably watch. You know, I always give you documentaries to watch.
Yes.
I think it's called The Titans That Build America.
Check
that one out, brother.
That sounds like Illuminati shit now, Will. Still, that sound like I'm here Rockefeller in now.
Yep. Right, you can get Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, little Edison, little everything.
Group and all that.
Nah, I won't be but
let me not say them buzzwords and get found up in here. Leon Lemuel dropped a dime and says, "Be realistic. Cowboys are winning. The Cowboys are super champions of wasting talent in the last 25." All right, appreciate you though. And I just might say bye-bye day. All right, cool. Hey, listen, we took this thing to 440 almost. We love y'all. We normally don't go that far in overtime, but we had to let y'all get your emotions off. But we'll be right back tomorrow here at 3 p.m. Central to give y'all some more analytics, and we're gonna move on to the Bengals at some point. I'm actually gonna watch the film tonight on Patreon. Y'all be sure to tap into that patreon.com/Voch Lombardi, and I'll come back and give my overall thoughts on this tomorrow, and I'll drop a film session as well. We ain't doing nothing else. And follow me on my social media platforms, VOCHLOMBARDI, and my non-Twitter platform, my non-football platform, what's the name of it? Twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. My bad. Go ahead, Will. What you got for the show? What you got to? I'm tired.
Man, follow me on MySpace at Skywalker Steele. You can also follow me on Twitter too at Skywalker Steele. Nah, YouTube A to Z Sports Dallas every morning 8:30. We talking Cowboys, man. Holla at me.
Jonathan Scruggs dropped 5 says, "Y'all crazy fans called for Russia at halftime. Now y'all got them for half a season." Damn.
Oh shit, that's a bar.
Damn. And Ready Red said, "Who got slapped? Nobody yet." All right, y'all never dose wants a piece of squeeze, man. Until next time, volume.
Beats Planet.